when an isekai protagonist actually has passion.
You know those isekais where the protagonist gets reincarnated into their favorite book or manga or something like that? You would
Yes.
think a character exploring their favorite manga or anime would have this fun, exciting, emotional journey, but instead they're just really bland. So I've never really been able to watch those kinds of series. And then I watched Senshu, and I think it fixes a lot of the stuff that I have with this concept by simply focusing on what makes this concept so different, and that's the main character and their passion. Now, I get it, at this point you might be thinking, how much can passion actually change a story and its character? Well,
Nothing. I think you can't. It's impossible.
passion is what drives us to complete our goals. So every character should have some kind of passion for what they want to achieve, because every character in a story should have some kind of goal. And in Senshin,
I like the characters who don't have any goals. I don't know why, but I love when the character is just hopeless. I don't know if I laugh at people who are sad, if I'm that douche. I don't know, but I love sadness. I love to watch sad people.
this case, the story follows Natsuko Hirose, an animation director working on her next big movie. She has had a passion for drawing and animation ever since she watched the movie A Tale of Perishing when she was a child. And even though
Oh, I remember this movie. I cried so much when I watched it. Come on.
It was technically-
great. Oh my god.
a box office failure, it became her favorite movie and inspired her to become an animation director. And so when she
Nobody
died,
respected her. That's the person who has goals. Like, this is you when you have a lot of goals, a lot of dreams, a lot of hopes.
dies from food poisoning. Sorry, Truckun. Maybe next time, bud. Okay.
No, he's
But soon
trying. Oh my god, she's sad. I think this is the best depiction of
After
depression.
her untimely death, she wakes up in the world from Tale of Perishing, and she gets to meet all her favorite characters. The main character, Luke Braveheart, his sidekick, the
I love the sidekick. He's perfect.
perverted unicorn, and their companion, generic elf lady, and my personal goat,
Don't call her generic. She's green.
UJ. Now, even though she's living her childhood dream and hanging out with all her favorite characters, Natsuko's goal is to still get home. She does have a movie to finish, and she was nowhere near finishing it. So at first, her goal is just to find a way home. But then she realizes at what point in the movie she's at. The moment
I think she has special eyes. That's why she's covering her eyes. Every time the character does this, you know, the eye's special.
where Luke's unicorn best friend sacrifices himself so that way Luke can live another day and save the world. But
Oh,
it's
my
this
favorite
one
hero. He's my favorite. Oh, this guy's gonna be a dictator.
death that apparently causes a chain reaction that leads to everybody dying, and Luke having to
Yeah.
watch all of this happen and not being able to do anything until he just decides that he's just gonna end the world. Yeah, this definitely had like a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes or something. Now, even though not
Why people always end the world because of a bad thing? Like, God's angry. Everybody's an asshole. I'm gonna end the world. Nobody I would do this. The world is perfect. Everybody's happy, and I want to end the world just because everything's too good. Now I'm gonna start all over again. That's a perfect approach.
Natsuko loves this movie to death, she does admit that the ending is poorly written and just a little bit depressing. And she decides, because she has such a love and passion
Oh, her eyes are special. I said it.
for these characters, she wants to give them an ending that she thinks they actually deserve. Especially after she finds out that she can actually change the story by using this kind of magic girl animation transformation technique thing that she has that allows her to basically animate new characters and things into the world to help them save the day. And she hopes that also by giving them a happy new ending, she'll also be able to find a way home. The anime uses her passion for these characters and her own movie to influence every single decision that she makes. But it's not just that. Passion is at the core of every little thing in this series. Luke, for example, appears to be your everyday isekai love interest, but slowly I started to realize that their relationship wasn't really that romantic. They don't really kiss or hold hands, and that's like a
So it's a perfect relationship
cardinal sin these days, anime.
because every anime, their relationship is like that.
You at least gotta hold hands to be in a relationship here. But rather, their
No,
relationship
you need to censor that.
more or less represents that she's rediscovering her passion and love for art.
Oh.
Even the antagonist,
I love the antagonists. It's like the Iago, that Aladdin.
evil
character. I don't know the parrot.
animation director obsessed
I don't know the name of the original character, but I think this guy is so beautiful. I'm in love with this creature.
with keeping her movie on time, which honestly, yeah, how long is this movie? Even before Natsuko added everything, it had to at least be like 4 to 5 hours. No wonder this movie bombed. Besides that, the bad haircut director isn't evil. She just represents what Natsuko will become if she doesn't let go and stop trying to make everything perfect.
That's true. If you try to make everything perfect,
She just represents what Natsuko...
you become a bird, a weird bird, a Farquaad bird. So take care. Stop controlling everything, or you're gonna become a bird. That's the lesson.
If she doesn't let go and stop trying to make everything perfect. Because as much as passion is being used to motivate Natsuko and the story, it's also being used as the conflict. The series slowly starts to ask, can too much passion be unhealthy? Because
yes.
Natsuko's last project did really well. She's stressing out just a little bit over this new project because she feels that if it fails, her career will be over.
Yes, that's true. If something fails, it's over.
So she starts micromanaging.
Yeah, and she needs to hide because people are gonna come after her. Like the mafia guys from the bad jobs. Like if you did a bad job, we're gonna eliminate you because you're a bad author. That's what happens. So everything you try to do, be very afraid. No, I'm kidding. Don't be afraid.
Every little tiny detail until she pushes her team away and decides, you know what? I can just do it all by myself, and that's how I'll make it perfect. This unsurprisingly leads to her burning herself out. But it also leads to her slowly forgetting why she became an animation director in the first place. Art is her connection to other people. She loves to see how it can inspire them or change their mood. She loves the effect that art has on people.
Oh my god, she cried because of the drawing.
Especially her art.
Beautiful.
But she lost that because her passion has taken over her entire life. But this is the ugly side of passion. Yes, passion is that thing that gives us and characters that drive to achieve our goals and our dreams, but sometimes that passion becomes warped and slowly it becomes an obsession that ends up hurting somebody either mentally or physically. And I feel like this is a big...
you become like a crackhead and your mind just...
issue in anime. Too many times I've seen
That's why you don't need to have passions. You need to feel nothing. Don't have feelings. Stop with the feelings, because if you feel too much, it's gonna burn you from the inside.
Anime character hurt themselves either mentally or physically because that's what it takes to achieve their goal. And then of course their passion and their drive and their unhealthy behavior is rewarded. They achieve their dream. All the suffering they went through just...
And they achieve their dream, and the dream is worse than failing.
Didn't matter. Not only do I think that is an extremely dangerous...
I'm kidding. Enjoy your dreams. I have a dream to become a giant ape. I want to become a giant ape like King Kong. This is my biggest dream, to be honest, bro.
This message to tell people, but that's just also not how reality would work. And I am glad that Senshu isn't afraid...
No, to be honest, my biggest dream is to become maybe a fish. Yeah, oh my god, I wanted to be a fish.
To show what would really happen. Natsuko gets put into a loop. She decides that, okay, what she's doing isn't enough, so she starts to push herself more and more to get things done. But then she's like, it's not perfect though, so then she scraps that and then continues to push herself even further. To the point where she's just burnt out and she's made absolutely no progress. Even if she injects Red Bull directly into her eyeball, she's...
What? She puts Red Bull inside her eye? I think this is good. I don't think this is unhealthy at all.
Not going to have the energy to do this.
Like, I'm gonna do this 5 times a day.
Is literally fried. Anything that she comes up with will be terrible in her eyes. Because at this point, it is all about ego. She's Natsuko Hirose. Of course she could do all the...
How can you have ego if you don't have a face?
...work and make it perfect at the same time. Who cares that she hasn't showered in literal days and she looks like she's doing a terrible cosplay from The Ring? I found myself starting...
I don't think it's a terrible cosplay. I think she's beautiful. I think this is a beautiful outfit.
To relate to her quite a bit. We both great content for anime.
Everybody's saying she sucks. I don't know.
I found myself...
I don't know Japanese. I don't know. It's not my main language. My main language is dog language. I talk dog. Like my mother taught me how to talk dog language. So my first words were
to her quite,
and my second words were so I don't know how to read this because I only talk dog, English, and Portuguese, so I don't know what is this? But I think they're saying she sucks.
We both create content for anime, something that we love. I'm not talking about the bathing thing, by the way. Just wanted to make that clear.
What?
But no, we both create content for something that we love, and we do it not just for ourselves, but for others to try and inspire them or make them happy. But as much as I can relate to that aspect, I can also relate to the burnout, trying to make everything perfect. This is the 5th time I've tried to make this video. One of those times wasn't my fault. I literally lost the file, thanks Adobe. But I don't really script my videos. I more or less just use
How of this?
bullet points and I kind of just talk off the cuff. So a lot of times I make a lot of mistakes. Alexa just beeped
Man, I want to make mistakes, so I understand you.
in the background there. I'll keep that in for the example. But slowly over the course of my YouTube journey, I'm sorry. But slowly
I
over
think
the
this guy's getting crazy.
course of my YouTube journey,
Every YouTuber becomes crazy at a certain point. This guy's, this guy's going insane.
I've tried to come to terms that
I understand this. I'm not gonna go insane because I'm already insane already. Like, you know.
I can't make everything perfect, that sometimes some things will just flop and other things will succeed. All I can do is just try to make something that I'm proud of and hope that it resonates with you guys. And I think
Yeah, this is the weird YouTube thing. One day it's awesome, the other day it's shit, and that's the YouTube life. But I'm gonna tell what I do because I fail all the time. I fail all the time. So I have to say this. I can say confidently that as someone who's always failing, you need to enjoy failing. Like, you need to love failing. At a certain point, like, you enjoy, you laugh at it. When you start liking to fail, you stop worrying about it. I don't know.
YouTuber, artist, and musician, people who make stuff in general, at some point has to come to terms with that. And that is Natsuko's journey. She has to come to terms that what she's going to make isn't going to be perfect. Even as she's trying to save these characters, she makes a ton of mistakes. And at first she starts to get in her own head again. She starts thinking, what am I doing wrong? Obviously, I'm not doing this right. It isn't perfect because my animations now are dying. So she starts overthinking again, getting in her own way, which leads to her failing even more. But as she's spending more time in the tale of perishing and interacting with these characters and just drawing for them or little kids and stuff like that, she's starting to have fun making art again. It starts inspiring her. And
I want to have fun again. I don't have fun at all, bro.
Its own chain reaction. As these characters are reuniting her passion and love for art, she gains even more inspiration and creates even more, which then inspires the characters to change the course of their own story and to follow their dreams. And as she starts to realize this, when she feels like she's failing, she just takes a breath, takes a step back, and creates something different. And this is what I loved about the
This is a great advice.
show and
Advice.
Natsuko. It is kind of sad that a lot of people just look at this and see it as a typical romance anime that they should have
Romance?
kissed
Who's kissing who? She doesn't have a face.
and made out and not actually seeing the underlying message that the series was trying to tell. But that's okay, and maybe that's also part of the point. Passion is something that allows us to create some amazing things, and we shouldn't allow it to also ruin the things that we're creating. Sometimes you're gonna put something out there and people are gonna love it.
Man, that's so true. Like, I ruin everything I do in my life. I don't, not that I ruin, but I'm always thinking, I'm never like things. I don't know. I don't like things. You need to like the things you do sometimes. You need to like see the things you did and say, oh, that's nice. I've always think it sucks. It's bad, but
they're gonna hate it. That's just how it's gonna be.
I think it's good too, because if you think you suck, you're gonna always try to be better. I don't know.
What matters is, are you proud of what you've made? Because at the end of the day, that is all that matters. But that's just what I think.
Yes, I think the thing that matters the most is living forever in happiness and in contemplation with every living being. I think this is the most important thing to me. But the second most important to me is eating a lot of sugar. I don't know what I'm saying anymore.